Last orders at the bar!
A night in with Mauler and the drinker, getting trashed with the web screen thinkers. A cheap night cause I'm feeling kinda thrifty, got a 10-pack of beers and a bottle of whiskey. Hop off the cork, have a glass of wine. I feel safe, I'll be fine. Trouble walking in a straight line, but pour me a Pinot Noir. It's open bar with our hosts, Mauler and the critical drinker.
Whoa, here we are. We're back. Oh my goodness.
Hello.
This is strange. I've forgotten how to do this whole YouTube thing. Mauler, help me.
Oh my god. It has been a while. So much has happened.
I've been away on holiday in Wales. I was hunting for a wild Mauler in his natural environment and I never managed to find him. So
One day.
What can I say?
One day.
yeah, but we're back and we're ready to get back into the open bar world. So starting with the last orders from the previous one. I'm sorry that it's taken us so long to get to this, but when we did open bar the last time, there wasn't time to do a catch-up stream, so we're making up for lost ground now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do our best to make it up to you now. So we'll try and give you some halfway coherent answers. And I'm going to jump right in by saying the first one here is from Ryan Crawford, and he says, Drinker and Mauler, I'm currently on flight 209 to Chicago, and I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
Thank you.
Excellent movie. Andrew Loudon, Hollywood suffering from toxic masculinity. Toxic Pedro masculinity is their new fetish. I mean, he's there. He's here. He's
Sure
there. He's
is.
everywhere. He's Pedro Pascal. There's no stopping him. Why do I feel like I'm going to be making a crash and burn episode on him one day? I don't know,
Give
man.
it time.
He's heading
No
towards
star shines forever, you know?
Jander says, Drinker, did I hear you correctly that Mauler did not even show up to his own movie filming and you had to oversee it? I appreciate the dedication to hiding his secret identity, but damn, man, get out there and get some air.
One day.
Yes, Mauler wasn't able to make it to the filming, so God help us, I had to be there. But I tried to not get in the way. That was mostly my job, just to not fuck things up for the people who are actually professionals and doing their jobs. So I did that fairly well. I just hid most of the time in the shadows.
Nice.
John Gets Gaming says, Britain went into labor tonight. It birthed America. There you go. July 4th and all that. Happy birthday, America. Raptor Kratos. I didn't like this movie outside of the T-Rex scene and the Mosasaurus scene. This movie is bad. Not Jurassic World Dominion bad, but just boring. Oh no, it's bad. It's worse than Dominion.
Well, I think there's an argument to be made, but it's not good that there's an argument to be made. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Where are we at? Jesus.
It's a race to the bottom. Race to the bottom.
Yeah.
Chris says, as someone that has physical media of everything Tarantino, the passing of Michael Madsen hit hard. R.I.P. Mr. Blonde, Bud, and Grouch Douglas. Yeah, sad loss indeed.
Yeah,
but them's the breaks. Sadly, was it a heart attack or something? I don't know if it was ever.
I think so. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, at least it was quick, I guess. Jose Diaz, shout out to all of you gents. Hope all is well. It is, thank you. Question, which is the worst franchise, Jurassic Park, Terminator, or Star Wars? So which has fallen furthest?
Oh, the metrics are complicated because on one hand you can say Star Wars has had more iterations of awful, but then in a way, a franchise doing so bad that it doesn't even get to have further iterations, like that it's crashed and burned in every metric, including making money and cultural relevance, i.e. Terminator. It's like, is that a worse fate? It's hard to say. A dark fate, if you will.
Oh, you said the thing. I went retarded.
So, I've been perpetually bitter about what they did to Terminator. I think Predator should be involved in this competition too, but it's probably not as bad. It's just that, yes, I almost instinctually want to say Terminator because the last two outings destroyed it in two very significant and different ways. But at the same time, it's not as big of a thing to destroy.
I think you're probably right on that one. Yeah, probably Star Wars has fallen the furthest. I think
Probably, yeah.
in terms of being this pop culture juggernaut that's now just like this sad, cringy relic. Really, that's just being kept on life support.
It is nuts that it's been 10 years since TFA. Like Disney have had stewardship over this thing for so long.
Yeah, and it's tipping the scales, or it has already. It's tipped the scales into there's way more bad stuff than good stuff. Taking Star Wars in its totality now, and that's scary. The Jurassic Park franchise is fascinating because it's like, I don't know, it's like someone took some big hulking bodybuilder and like shot him in the head, but he didn't die. It's just like he's now completely brain dead, but he's still able to walk around and like lumber about and lift heavy objects and stuff, because Rebirth is now sitting at 529 million worldwide after 2 weekends. It's like the dumber they get, the more money they make. They are crazy successful movies, but they are absolute retardation incarnate. It is impressive. So yeah, I don't even know how to describe what Jurassic Park is as a franchise now, but it's somehow really successful. I don't get it.
I don't want to get it.
No. You could make some commentary about like what this actually means for society and how we're just all fucked now because of stuff like this, because we just accept it and pay lots of money for it. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch says, Neil Cuckman is leaving the Last of Us series. Is it true? Does it matter? My fiance and I were so damn bored with season 2 and have no hopes for it to recover. Yeah, so Druckmann's out, obviously. He's no longer overseeing season 3. I can't even remember if we really discussed it on the night, but like, do you think it'll make any difference to the success of the show?
It's so dead. They fucked it. It's absolutely dead. And I'm not even sure if you took like a really just like if you said it was guaranteed to be very strong TV, I'd just be like, yeah, but it's all about Abby. Like you guys have fucked it. You did not. The show is not built on this, on the interests in Abby, the characters. Like you're basically at square one again. So yeah, good luck, guys.
Yeah. Morpheus says, anyone in the EU, please sign the Stop Killing Games petition. Already over 1 million signatures, but more is better. Hail game preservation. I 100% agree. I think I wasn't fully versed in what it was about the last time we did Open Bar. Obviously, since then, I've learned a bit more about it, and I really agree with the sentiments behind that. I hate this idea of live service games that can just be turned off, and when they're relying on patches and all kinds of like updates and stuff just to make them workable. Like in the case of Doom: The Dark Ages, even if you buy the disc, you don't even get the game. It's literally just a download code. And when the company, if the company ever goes under, or if they decide like they don't want to support the servers anymore to make that stuff available, it's gone. The game's dead. And so there either needs to be, physical copies produced that have everything on them that you need to make it work, or there needs to be some kind of central repository or some kind of central archive of all these old games where you get free access to the all the patches and everything that is needed, and it's kept there in perpetuity. There's got to be some kind of solution to this. So I agree. I would sign that petition, and I support anyone else who did. Blobby, or Bobby, even. I was thinking of Mr. Blobby there. Plugging Weak Hero to be Hero X. I don't want them to get cancelled. Thanks. Okay. Sure. Krilixo says, Expedition 33's lead writer refusing some plot choices to keep characters consistent is part of why the story is great. Wish more writers thought that way. Cool. I don't know the context behind that, but if that's what they did, whether they were under studio pressure or whatever to do things a certain way, and they were like, nope, that's not consistent with this character. Either way, I like it. Mr. Taco Bouti says, David Corenswet's interviews have been really good. It's a shame that his didn't go viral the way Guns has. Makes me more confident in him in the role. Oh, how times have changed since that. I mean, I think at least we all came away feeling like David Corenswet did a good job in the role. I think most people liked him. I thought he gave a good performance. And he does come across as really charming and likable in interviews. So that's another huge bonus. I don't know, man. It's just like this movie is just overshadowed by James Gunn, sadly. And the fact that he was so heavily involved in the marketing just It doesn't give anyone else a chance to breathe. And it's a Superman movie. It should be all about Superman, not James Gunn.
Correct.
Bit unfortunate. Captain Jean-Luc Picardi says, I couldn't be more excited for Project Hail Mary starring Ryan Gosling. It was a fantastic book to read. I said immediately after I read it, it would be perfect to make into a movie. Andy Weir is one of my favorite authors. Yes, I've read the book and I've seen the trailer, and hopefully they do a good job with it. The book is really good, actually. Does a great concept for an alien and what contact with a wildly different alien species would actually be like, and how you actually begin to establish some form of communication with it. Really good.
I've seen the trailer for that, and I agree with a lot of people. So I feel like it showed me most of the movie. But hopefully it's still good.
Kind of did. There's, yeah, it gave you enough to understand the premise. Like the bulk of the movie and, well, the bulk of the book and what I assume the movie is going to be about is like the kind of friendship between the main character and the alien, rather than, you know, the actual setup of it.
Mm-hmm.
They make contact pretty quickly in the book, and then it's about them actually like forming that team to work together to solve this problem.
Sure.
But yeah, I know a few things about the movie, which I can't say.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you about it after we finished recording, Mauler. I think you know anyway. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it to you before, but
Yeah, maybe.
we can talk. Anyway, I'll move on. Murcielago AI says, hello, Az. How does it feel knowing your Starfield pronoun rant has had more impact on gaming than the actual game itself? Cheers. That's
That is
pretty
a
cool, actually.
low blow, man. Starfield is trying to be remembered in any way, shape, or form, okay?
Yeah.
Poor game.
I think he just, I don't know, man. He just lit a fire, and it's still
Truly
burning to
did.
this day, so it's pretty impressive. Captain Falco says, hey, Mauler, check out Freerin, about an elf mage who saved the world with a group of heroes, but since she lives forever, has to grip with their deaths. So goes a trip of self-discovery. Great rap.
It's recommended a lot, that one. I'll have to check it out at some point.
Master of Puppets says, I enjoyed the backer stream and hearing about Mauler's film. It sounds interesting, even if I'm disappointed that there won't be an Eldritch God cameo. Not this time, at least. Maybe next
someday.
time. Yeah. Glad you enjoyed it, though. Dark Magician SDY says, could The Thing assimilate Ben Grimm's The Thing? I think. Well, could it assimilate Rock?
Well, his eyes are not rock, right?
I don't
So it
know.
would start there, and I'm assuming
Maybe they're
there's
just
flesh
really.
inside.
Maybe they're shiny rock?
Maybe. I'd have to ask anybody who's super familiar with the Thing's biology. But if it is just rock, I don't think the Thing can get him. I don't think.
Yeah. Will Dreamer says, a YA book series had evolving zombies. Ultimately, they allied with humans, helped exterminate the mindless zombies, and became a high-tech civilization. What?
Wow.
Zombies?
Okay.
Isn't the point that they're brain dead and, you know, they're just shambling around?
Wow, look at the zombie hate.
Sorry, yeah.
Disgusting. Racist.
Like, man, you're talking to a 30-year Resident Evil veteran, okay? I've had problems with zombies over the years. Me and zombies have a complex relationship.
More like resident propaganda.
I'm just being zombieist, okay?
Yeah.
Zombie phobic. Casey Boyd says, did you guys know it's traditional in Switzerland to roar on the mountaintop after you climax? I mean, I hope it is. I would do that.
Yeah, sure.
Get to the top of the nearest mountain. I mean, if you've got any breath left by the time you get to the top, yeah. Just Being Me says, when does a showrunner leaving a successful show in between seasons? Probably never. Very, very accurate, yeah. Cyberjar says, girlfriend made me watch K-drama The Glory at first. I was like, mate, I'd rather be caught by my dad wanking on all fours than watch this shite. But it's quality, good revenge story. Sorry. Look at that midget, man. Highly recommend it. Any of you guys seen it? The Glory. Not The Glory Hole, but The Glory.
No, I haven't.
I have not seen that, I'm afraid. Let's see. Mega Spidey-Man. In the first Spider-Man film, do you think Green Goblin was a good adaptive villain, and could he have won at any point? Like the Sam Raimi one?
Could he have won? I mean, he came close.
I mean, when it's just a straight up fight between them, yeah, like it could turn at any moment. Like Spider-Man's not invincible to like being fucking blown up or like stabbed through the head or whatever. So yeah, he could have won. I wonder if part of it was just he's older, like, and you know, so not as fast, not as strong as Spider-Man. Maybe that was like to his detriment. I'm not sure.
I mean, it's once he threatened Mary Jane, right? That Spider-Man got his second wind, I think.
Yeah.
Made him angry. Even though Anthony Hopkins and Mask of Zorro said never attack in anger. It looks like he was fucking wrong.
Yeah, anger's great.
You should watch Spider-Man.
Luke got angry and beat the shit out of Darth Vader.
Exactly.
In your face. In your face, Anthony Hopkins. James Moore says, don't forget that Craig Mazin was in more creative control of season 2 than Drunkman was. I absolutely believe that Mazin will make it worse. I don't know what the power structure was in the show. I don't know who had seniority. I kind of assumed that Neil Druckmann had a lot of say over what happened. But Dr. Pelican says, Muller, am I still able to buy merch on your merch store? I tried ordering a hoodie a month ago, but apparently it's not got past the printing stage.
Depends what store you're talking about. If you're talking about Makeshift, it's well over. Those are only temporary. But if you're talking about the I think it could be like a Teespring, or there are some. Unfortunately, there are some places that I think are selling that are not even to do with me. So I can't give a more specific answer on that because I guess I need more information. But like I said, if it's Makeshift, those are only temporary, and we'll probably do more in the future.
Cool. Canon Folderall. So, having accomplished everything I wanted in 2 seasons, there was no need to return for a third. Druckmann typing up his memoirs. Cheers. That's a Simpsons reference, isn't it? It's fucking George Bush. And he finishes up and he goes, good memoirs. Good, not great.
Yeah.
And then he just goes on. OMG Puppies. Walking on water in Rings of Power. The writers so illiterate they don't know the origin of the saying. When AI takes their jobs, at least it can be said that it's read all of human literature. That is true, and the scary thing is it will produce better things than what they did.
Probably.
Casey Boyd. Stuckman rhymes with Druckmann. Coincidence? Now you got me imagining all kinds of conspiracy theories. Was it really Stuckman all along who was Stuckmanizing this show? We'll never know.
We'll never know.
William Jones says, didn't try to kill your channel by releasing all the VODs in one go.
Yeah, I think he put out a bunch of...
up a little bit.
I mean, he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was literally that I was curious to see them, and they were like private or something, and he meant to switch them to unlisted or something, but I think it went public, and then they all just released or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, shit. Like, just spammed his audience with a bunch of Let's Plays.
Yeah, it's not good when that happens. Something similar happened when I was trying to stream a game. I can't remember what the game was, but like the stream kept failing and restarting. It was like some connection problem with the PlayStation. And so there was like 5 or 6 like streams of me playing games that was only like 10 seconds long because they could fuck it up. And like I actually lost like 200 or 300 subscribers. People were just so pissed off with it. Well, like, what can you do?
Yeah.
Brian Brown. Can't get this image out of my head. The girl Ellie scarily reminds me of the face reveal of Blaster on Thunderdome. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Love your work, drinker, and all. I remember reading that one out on the night, actually, now that I see
I remember that one.
I don't know how that came to the fore when it's like way after all the others. Puncho. Hello, gents. Thoughts on the new Street Fighter movie set for release next year? The casting choices are interesting.
I don't know about the casting choices for it. I don't know a Street Fighter guy, so...
Hold on. All right, 2026. Let's see. Okay. Who have we got? Cast. Cody Rhodes as Guile. Really? Jason Momoa as Blanca. Roman Reigns as Akuma. So it's all the wrestlers. 50 Cent as Balrog? This can't be fucking real. Let's see. I'll try on IMDb this time. Oh my god, it's real.
Well.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes is a weird choice for Guile. God damn, I know he's got the blonde hair, but he doesn't look anything like him. Jason Momoa is a funny one, actually, for Blanca. You know, they're never going to top Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, but they'll do their best, I'm sure. Let's see. What's the next one? Gypsy says, Mauler, say the barbarian horde, like the guy from Gladiator.
I did that on the night.
Do it again.
Done and dusted. No, they have to send another one if they want another one. That's how these rules work.
You only get one.
Pull out. Though I'll give you a fun fact if you don't already know. He was in Mean Machine, that guy. He was the villain. And then I didn't see him in like anything else ever. You know what I'm talking about, right? He had like very prominent eyebrows.
Yeah, his eyebrows were impressive. They were sculpted.
His voice is just, he must have smoked since he was a baby. I don't know how else he did it. But he was totally cast for that fucking voice because they were like, you can be an announcer and sound pretty effective.
Yeah. Casey Boyd here says, More good news is Mob Psycho 100 total runtime is 12 hours, while watching Glass Onion 4 times is 9 hours and 20 minutes, but you'll actually enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I got to get around to it sometime. I will. Imagine
the existential nightmare of watching Glass Onion 4 times in a row.
Well, Dead Men Tell No whatever is Dead Men Talk or whatever the fuck the third one is. That's out soon, isn't it?
Can't wait.
gotta see it through. Gotta see the end of this trilogy, Ryan. Mr. probably has sent a message like, so I'm freed for Star Wars now, Kathleen. She's like, uh-huh. Like,
we'll call you, Ryan.
We'll call you.
Rhonda PG says, question to all of you. What's your opinion on Walking with Dinosaurs 2025? I heard mixed to negative reviews and many prefer the original 1999 version. Since you're talking about dinosaur-related media, I didn't even know there was a Walking with Dinosaurs now.
I did, and I was tempted to check it out until I saw a bunch of videos of my recommended basically saying it was shit. And I was like, oh. So,
I remember the series from like 20 years ago. Where they were like, they're using cutting edge animation technology, like from Jurassic Park, and then you actually watch it and it's like this low budget BBC trash.
They're trying. Leave them alone.
They tried. They tried.
You're so mean. I'm not at all compromised because I watched it when I was a kid and loved it. What do you mean?
It's so like, we have Jurassic Park at home.
Truly, we did, and that was the best we could gosh darn do.
The Greatest Slowman says, I was in a shop and saw a cardboard display of the new dinosaur from Jurassic World Rebirth, and all I could hear was Danny Trejo's voice telling me that the witches of Dathomir used to ride them through the forests and fens. I feel like we read that one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that dinosaur was amazing.
And he's going to be back because they're probably going to make a trilogy for Scarlett Johansson's character with this research man and the D-Rex. That's it's just like the Jurassic World trilogy, except it's just new characters. You know, I hate how much of a cycle it clearly is. It's got nothing to do with creativity.
No. This is pure money-making excess here. And it's going to make $1 billion easily. And so why wouldn't you make more? Keep churning them out. This old ghost says, sucks when a 3-minute trailer is better than an hour-and-a-half movie. I mean, that happens pretty much all the time these days. It's just common practice.
Yeah.
Patriotic Cat says, Jurassic Park and comic book fans use it's good because it's from the books as cope is by far the most pathetic. They nitpick things to be toxic positive about.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Fallen Kingdom talking about where the fuck did Lockwood come from? And it's like, he's a character in the book. It's like, that's great, but he wasn't in the films. Yeah. They didn't adapt him, so now he's just come out of fucking nowhere. It's like, yeah, but he was in the book. It's like, oh, guys. I know. It doesn't matter.
OMG puppies. We need a series that bridges the time between Jurassic Park and Dinotopia, when humans and dinosaurs live happily in a communist matriarchal utopia. Give it time, they'll make it. Green Hat says, she used magic so evil that it sent the AI to hell. This was never a genius hero. Yeah. Cannon Folderall. Drink her nails, the 49 film roundup. Cheers. Thank you. I do my best. Casey Boyd, R.I.P. Michael Madsen. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Unknown Jorg says, Happy Return of the Living Dead Day. Brains. Yes. Perfect movie. Broadsword. Who's more selfish, Riri or Mephisto? Mauler, you've seen it, so you can tell us.
So if Mephisto, according to that show, is a guy who likes to test people's resolve and willpower, that kind of like for his own amusement, you could call that, hyper selfish or whatever. But in a sense, I think that you could definitely defend it as a sort of, as a devil deal in the sense of, hey, it's still down to them. Ultimately, they still have to decide whether they win or fail. While with her, she just wants more power to be great. She's entirely ego-driven, very selfish. I think I'm at the point of agreeing that Riri is worse than the devil. Yes.
I mean, that's just wild, man. Love it. Love this show. Thunderstorm says that lady that James Gunn took ideas from to make Guardians. Can she help make the Superman film? Send Gunn on vacation to a writing school. Oh, how right you are in retrospect, now that we've seen the movie. Jen Sewell says, Hello, Drinker. First super chat here. Are you still accepting scripts for the Kickstarter, or is it over? So it is now over. The Kickstarter thing is closed, and we are now reviewing all the entries. So we'll get back to you once we've got our short list. But stay tuned to the Kickstarter page. Medigler says, Cuckman's stepped down from the TV show to focus solely on destroying what's left of Naughty Dog. It takes a lot of effort to ruin two things at once. That's true, yeah. Pace yourself, Neil. Pace yourself. Big T says, Riri, big man with lots of money. Take that away. What are you? Tony, a genius, playboy, Iron Man, likable, moral, original, moneymaker, and unlike you, iconic. Sips scotch, flies away. Pretty much nails it right there.
Yeah.
Ben Follis says, Yo, Drinker, what's the word on your Rambo comic? Some of us backers are still waiting on your hardback copies. No disrespect to you, just wondering if you knew what was up. Thanks. That is baffling if you still haven't received your copies. I mean, as far as I know, everyone got theirs like 2 years ago. Yeah, beyond that, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I was just the scriptwriter for it. Like, in terms of like the fulfillment and shipping and all that stuff, I don't have any control over that. That's like Splato Comics, I think they were. Unfortunately, yeah, you'd probably have to go back to them, man. If you haven't received it now, like after all this time, that is shocking. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, that's weird. Apologies, man. Snacks says Ironheart, Riri Williams, Some Thieves, A Slug, The Wachowski Siblings, A White Soy, and The Devil. I mean, that pretty much covers it. Paul Connolly, Hail Drinker, Mauler, and Panel. I wonder, did Marvel want to give Slug bionic implants for typing like Tuck the Hacker in Robin Hood, but maybe they didn't want to be sued by Director X? Just a thought. Sure, let's go with that. It's not just laziness on their part, I'm sure. The Imperial Brick. Hello, Bar. Just got back from Jurassic World. I missed what you all said about it. It was a lot more silly than I'd hoped for, but at least I enjoyed the thrilling dinosaur action. Well, I mean, I'm glad you enjoyed something in it.
Yeah.
I don't think the rest of us felt the same.
No.
Gunner. Farts contains greenhouse gas, so it's not green. Can't run the suit on that. Ironically, the reactor is more environmentally clean. I suppose it is. I mean, what does the arc reactor run on?
It's clean energy. That's what Avengers tells us, I think, right?
I think so, yeah. So, yeah, it's very environmentally friendly. Nelson Chirita says, does Riri do just one heroic or selfless act in the whole show? Anything?
Most of it's stealing stuff.
That's not very selfless or heroic.
I'm trying to think. Does she ever launch and like go to save someone's life? There must be one time she does that, right? Because she pretty like the final episode, she's just going to attack Hood and then going to deal with Mephisto. Episode before that, she fights Ezekiel and fights the team.
I mean, technically, she saves Natalie's life by bringing her back.
Again, though, I don't know if that's under the category of heroic, because she's doing it because she wants her back for her, as in I want my fun, awesome friend back because I like them, as opposed to it's wrong that her life was taken and that she should be given another chance, sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll go with no then. Starbug Smeg. One baffling moment in episode 5 in the diner. Riri snares the twins in the force field, and the two of them just look at the device on the floor, giving up. Yeah. It's like the script was just done with them at that point. Great. Vanessa, I've seen several reviews of Ironheart praising the message of stealing is okay if you need money. They also said that Riri is a hero because she fails to no fault of her own and she has panic attacks. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
If other people have got more money than you, then it's okay to steal from them, I guess, because that's just morality is just relativistic. It's all down to like your own personal circumstances.
Neato.
So yeah, it's like that episode of Daredevil, Born Again, where it's like the guy who gets fucking arrested for like committing about a dozen crimes in a row, and it's like, oh well, you know, punishment doesn't work on this guy, so we should just not punish him, I guess.
Fucking insufferable. That episode lost so many people. Like that was what kicked them out of the show.
Yeah, that is 100% holdover from an earlier time.
Oh, don't worry, we got another season coming.
Yay! Ollie says, remember the name of a British comedy game show from the early to mid 2000s where a female host would ask ordinary people how much money to have? Example: one's car or a personal belonging destroyed in front of them. Not really.
I don't remember that, no.
So what? Like the host just comes up to you and says, hey, how much are you willing to lose? And then it just gets destroyed?
I guess so.
Why? Wouldn't you just say, I'm not really willing to lose anything? Fuck off. Like, Imperial Fist Stan says, what's the best Disney Marvel show? Oh. Fuck. WandaVision, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. I think that might be it.
At the very least, I thought, this has got a bit of creativity to it. And I was intrigued genuinely for the first few episodes. So that was something.
There you go.
Dr. Pelican, talk about F1, please. Okay, it's really good. I liked it. It was a good movie. I pretty much gave it a drinker recommends. It's just a pretty like standard sports drama movie with decent action, really good racing sequences in it, and it's a bit like Top Gun Maverick but with racing cars, and I liked it. Black Solid Snake Moan says Bella Ramsey reminds me of Jack the Ripper from Last Action Hero. No, he's too handsome. Book of Grudges says, Drinker and Mauler, you speak in very mild accents compared to what a stereotypical is from the places you're from. Have you had to play down your accents to be more easily understood by international audiences? I feel like I read this one out already.
It's an interesting question, kind of, because I've always had an unconventional accent because both my mum and dad are quite well-spoken compared to the area we're in. So I'm assuming that would have rubbed off quite a bit. But then I've said before, I was watching Simpsons before I think I was forming memories. And I was just trying to sound like all the characters in it. And then I was obsessed with films and loved messing around with American accents constantly, all the different ones. And even to people in Wales, they were like, where in America are you from? And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm fucking stupid. So what I find kind of amusing, and I think I've said this to you before, but if I were cast in something as a Welsh character and then spoke, I think that a lot of Welsh people would be like, ooh, that guy has not learned how to do a Welsh accent, like, you know, correctly, that American actor or something. And I'd be like, born and bred in fucking South Wales, so I don't know what you mean. Like, they'd be like, well, yeah, well, you're not doing a very good accent. It's like, but it's real. It's literally the accent.
I'm a real man.
But on top of all of that, no, there are a couple of words I've changed the way I pronounce because they were confusing people in my audience or people I talk to online. As in, the one I always use as an example is in Wales, and I think some places in England as well, but they say year, like come year.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem with that I was having is a lot of people thought I was saying, you know, Y-E-A-R. So can you hear me? And it's like, what does it mean to year someone? And it's
right.
Like,
yeah.
No, I mean hear me. And then they're like, oh, why didn't you say that? And it's like, Why didn't I say that? Like, I guess maybe I should start saying that.
I made a few concessions like that for the same reasons. Like when you're talking to an international audience, and especially on open bar where there's like panelists from everywhere. Like one of the peculiarities of like the accent from where I am is like we tend to drop we drop things like T's from words. So say for example, letter from where I am, right? It's like I would pronounce it normally like I need to open a letter. Right?
Yeah.
So the T's
I think
just
that might
kind
be
of
a British
vanish.
thing.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's
Letter.
definitely Scottish. Like it's more pronounced for us, I think. And so now I pronounce it more like a letter. So like just there's more of like an American and sort of twang to it, just because it's easier to understand. And yeah, like I think I've explained to people before, like I used to have a stronger accent back when I was in high school, and then got my first job in like a call center just like for extra money. And you had people from all over the UK that you had to talk to, and if you've got a really strong regional accent, they really struggle. And so I softened it a bit because of that, and it just kind of stuck. It's weird how pliable our accents are. You'd think it was just hardwired into you, but I guess not.
Well, I mean, it's some of the first pieces of recommendation we always have on EFAB for any aspiring creator is like get your voice sorted first, and that could mean both microphone quality, but also just if you'll come from a place where people can't fucking understand anything you're saying.
Yeah,
like you need to just work on that a bit. People love accents, especially we're better off in Britain for the most part. People really like like a posher English. It evokes like a intelligence, and then Scotland and Ireland both get a fun factor. I think that a lot of other creators don't. It's like, no offense to Americans, but it's like the default accent on YouTube for the most part. So it's just like, okay. But when someone's wacky and says, "Hello there, how are you doing?" It's like, oh my god, this guy sounds like a crazy fantasy creature.
One thing, because I don't pretend to have the best voice for doing this stuff, but one thing I'm at least grateful for is like it's reasonably well pitched. Whereas I feel like some people are cursed with having like really thin, sort of high pitched, nasally voices, and it's really hard on the ears. And it's not their fault necessarily. There's not a huge amount you can do with it. It's just that's the way your vocal cords work or whatever. But damn, it's got to be a real handicap for this kind of line of work.
It is, and it's undeniable. It may not be fair because there's nothing you can necessarily do about it, but usually speaking, there is something you can do about it. Like everyone can change their voice to an extent.
Yeah, I mean, and there's probably like a range that you can operate within, and you try and push it more towards one end of it, and it might be something as extreme as like you need like professional vocal coaching to find the right way to get the best out of it that you can. Sure, if you're serious about doing this, then it makes all the difference. It really does. John Gets Gaming says, Drinker must play Golem to a tone, or the worst TR, the worst Tomb Raider, I assume you mean. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I put you guys through a lot and then kind of not held myself to the same standards. Like, I made you watch Ironheart, didn't finish it myself. Yeah,
that was cruel.
Eatman says, what's missing from Zach's and maybe Gunn's version is the whole Clark Superman shift opposition. Reeves felt like two completely different men, a much needed aspect. I agree 100%. Yeah. The way that man transformed himself into just a different character when he's Clark and he's all bumbling and awkward and hunched over. The physical acting on display is genuinely impressive.
It is.
You never really got that from Henry Cavill's performance, much as I like him, and you kind of don't get it with David Cornsweet either. He only has very small sections as Clark anyway.
Yeah, I would say part of the reason we don't get it from Cornsweet is because Clark Kent appears on screen about 10 seconds, or it feels that way. There's that one scene in the Daily Planet, because he's not even Clark when he's with Lois in the apartment. Obviously, you'd be like, yeah, but she knows. And it's like, no, I know, but it's a wasted opportunity, surely. And that you could argue that he's still trying to pull it off, maybe just for the sake of getting used to it, making sure that he's in character. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, it's a shame they didn't give him more opportunities to play Clark Kent.
It's because all of this is buried under so much other crap that's laden down in this movie. You know, there's so much else that the script is trying to grapple with, and like none of the characters get room to breathe. You know, take what was it? The national security advisor, Flag, right?
Yeah,
Played by what's that? Frank Grillo,
that's it.
right?
Yep.
Good actor. Gets fuck all to do in this movie. I don't even know why he's in it. I assume they're like maybe setting him up for future adventures or whatever, but god damn, like he gets about 2 minutes of screen time in the whole movie.
Yeah, agreed. It was weird because I almost kind of forgot he was in the movie until you said that.
Yeah, just it's a waste. James says, saw it today. It will unfortunately do well as Scarlett Johansson. Do you think it would do as well with an absolute swamp donkey as the lead? That's a word I need to keep in the bank.
I mean, I like Scarlett Johansson. I'm not sure I'd say she's the reason the film is gonna be successful. It's gonna be the dinosaurs. That's what people are in it for.
If she was in a bikini, maybe. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's an element now of Johansson fatigue. Because, like, she's been around for a long fucking time. Like, her career is at least 20 years at this point.
I mean,
and I don't know. Like,
she didn't get to do much in the film anyway. Like,
well, no. And I think if you've got one of the most famously, like, sexy actresses ever, you know, you kind of want to make use of it. And it's like, no, she's just kind of in a sweaty vest the whole movie. And, like, there's nothing really special going on there. She's just generic action girl. And, yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like she's been superseded by other actresses who are kind of flavor of the month now and are just more interesting to look at.
Well, it's funny. I saw a post that said the next Bond girl is being eyed as Sydney Sweeney, and it's like, obviously, like it would be so stupid not to do that.
Yep.
And I kind of like that. Oh, this cultural touchstone. The Bonds are coming out. Well, if they were every 4 years on average or something like that, it's always so. Who is the hottest actress right now? Just like you got to go in Bond. That's how it works.
Yeah, I think what I respect about Sydney Sweeney as well, she very much understands the assignment and she knows why she's so popular, and she's more than happy to just play up to it.
Hey man, we've discussed this over and over again. I have no problem with the notion, especially when everyone's consenting to objectification, as they call it, or just finding people hot is totally fine in movies, and she seems to be fine with it. I hope that doesn't end up getting switched down the line. It's always really annoying if that happens, because like it seems that you're on board and that you can still play, meaningful characters. You can also just show your body off if you've worked on it, especially as well, right? Like, and this goes for men and women. It's just it seems like a constant, but then once time passes, it can be a sort of like, it was disgusting. Everyone wanted me to get naked or something. It's like, well, but okay.
You were happy to take all them paychecks back in the day. Imperial Fist Stan says Jurassic Park 1 was a masterpiece. Jurassic Park 3 is dumb fun. Everything else is awful. I'm be inclined to agree. I think the Lost World. I think I'd rather watch Jurassic Park 3 over Lost World, actually.
I can't remember because you can tell Spielberg is gone when you get to 3. The filmmaking is a downgrade, but I do think the story is more coherent in 3, much simpler.
Yeah,
and I do prefer Sam Neill as the leading man to Jeff Goldblum, and it's not even because it's Jeff Goldblum. It's because I don't think they knew what they were doing with Ian Malcolm as a main character.
No,
he's kind of strange in the movie.
It just, it kind of felt like they wanted Sam Neill, and it's like he just didn't want to do it, and so it's like, who else have we got? Jeff's willing to do it. Okay, sure, let's use him.
Like Alan Grant is awesome. In the first film, he's fucking brilliant. In the third film, not as effective, but still like enjoyable. And then in Dominion, it's like really embarrassing. He's obviously just there because he's Alan Grant. And holy shit, when I Googled, because I was just like, man, he sounds older than he looks in the film. And I was just like, how old is he? And then I checked, I was like, oh my God, he was like 75 when he made the film.
Yeah. This is the thing. He was a lot older than people thought when he did the first Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Whereas like Laura Dern was a lot younger, but like she just looked older.
Yeah, well, and seeing them both in Dominion, it like you'd say like, wow, he aged better than you, but it's like you have no idea how true that is.
What was the next one? Yeah, Clout Techo says, off topic, what did you think of Squid Game Season 3? I'm only like 3 episodes in, and man, I'm struggling to find the willpower on this one.
What did you think of I mean, spoiler warning, but it's been out for a while now. But what do you think of because the knife game is in 2 and 3, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
What did you think?
It's fine.
I wonder if that's, and I hesitate to say this, like a Squid Game fatigue, because I thought the game itself, it hits all the marks. I just, it's not, I don't know.
We've done this before with all the previous seasons where it's like it's all been based around teamwork and stuff, and then you get a game where it straight up pits people against each other, and like there's some hard choices that have to be made there, and it's like, okay, it's fine, but like I don't know, man. We already had some big blowout scenes in the end of season 2, where a lot of people have died already, and so it's not really shocking anymore. It's just, I kind of just want to get through it now.
Well, it does end, and that'll be that for the story. I'll be curious to know what you think. I think I'm a little more positive on season 3 than a lot of people seem to be, or maybe it's just apathy is set in for everyone. It does seem like that's what's happened. I mean, I'm sure the view count for it is still through the fucking roof.
The chatter about it is just non-existent.
It's gone. It reminds me of Rick and Morty, where it transitions from culturally huge to it's still huge, but no one cares.
Yeah. Ruby says, you guys obviously haven't been to Yellowstone. Fox, wolf, bear, elk, and bison sightings stop traffic and attract lots of people regularly. If people aren't tired of those animals, no chance they get tired of dinosaurs.
I mean, I agree. It's up to you with that one.
I mean, this movie takes it to like ludicrous extent where it's like a fucking brontosaurus collapses in the middle of the street and people are just like, oh, fucking stopping traffic, get out of the way, you bum. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be a major event, regardless of whether people are used to dinosaurs existing now. It's like, well, there's still one fucking on the loose. Like, elephants are very much a thing in our world and we're fine with their existence. But if you were just driving down the street and there was one like crashed out on the pavement, you'd stop to look. It would be unusual.
Well, yeah, and I would say that anybody who wants to get moving immediately is not indicative of a lack of interest in the animal. It's probably more so like, I said this on the EFAB covered it, but what if you're on the way to the hospital because your fucking wife is giving birth or something? Like, I don't give a fuck about the brontosaurus. Let's get going here. And you go to the hospital.
Yeah.
There's going to be plenty of people who need to get to work and all that shit, so...
The Imperial Brick. Can we talk about the part where the scientist guy falls like 1,000 feet and not even his glasses are broken? It's just perfect,
It's
perfect summation of the movie.
Bullshit to me when they're like, you fall, you die. And she's like, oh, don't tell him that. You put him off something. And I was like, okay. Then he falls and he doesn't die. It's like,
yeah.
Okay. And you're like, oh, well, but he hit the leaves on the way down, then hit the water. It's like, shut up. I hate it when movies do this.
Yeah. Starzinger, would you have been more interested in seeing F4 and Superman if there would have been no trailers or ads? I mean, I think there's a middle ground here where you just get a reasonable, trailer, like maybe the teaser trailer and then the main trailer, and that's it. I think we can all probably agree that the marketing for Superman was off the fucking charts. Like, it was way in excess of what it needed to be, to the point where actually...
if we'll ever find out the marketing budget for Superman, because it seems like it would be fucking insane.
Well, the usual rule of thumb is it's half the production budget. I think it's closer to like 100% of the production budget.
And I've seen some people say that it's more than that, potentially. I obviously, I don't know. I'd be curious, that's all.
Yeah. It's a lot either way. And it's going to be interesting when it comes to doing those sums for whether it breaks even. Filthy Casual. I hated how they used the theme. In the original, it's a moment of awe at something new. In this one, dinos already killed 2 of their friends. Yeah. That scene was so fucking out of place in that movie.
I mean, it's worse. Like, you remember the theme plays when that fucking goober is talking about, just on the ship, and he talks about how his job isn't as dangerous as hers, and it plays the fucking theme. It's insanity. I actually want to hunt the person who made that decision.
I think that would be reasonable. James, If they haven't created these, if they had created these dinosaurs, then why haven't they already got the DNA code for them? That's a good question for a smarter
great
movie.
question.
Reco says the fun thing is that Michael Crichton's message in Jurassic Park was, "Don't do something just because you can." How right he was.
I mean, that quote is just super relevant every time they make one of these fucking movies.
Yeah. Shaker Silver, panel's thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 announcement. Can't wait for more Reva and the Ben to fight Vader again without any stakes or a conclusive outcome. I know, it's fantastic, isn't it? It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Momo Mothman says, "Don't worry, Rupert Friend's character will be okay. He has 2 stomachs." TMR music, T-Rex biting the indestructible life raft was good. Yeah, that was great. It was just really believable.
The strongest bite jaw power on all of Earth's history of land animals, and it can't deal with a raft.
Yep. A sharp rock will take those things out. I mean, it's insane. The Highlander says, "Expect human dinosaur hybrids to be a thing next." Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dude, you remember the Simpsons episode where there's the Swiss Army knife on the raft and Homer drops it and it bounces 3 times with the knife on the actual thing, and they go and it lands, but then the sun hits like a little magnifying glass on it and just
TJ Crink says the unintentionally implied that they mixed with humans already. The Indominus hunted for sport. Only one animal on Earth does that. The DNA was classified. Is that true? Is the DNA?
I don't think they ever implied they would mix it with human. The big reveal in that film was that they had filled in the gaps with creatures that allowed it to hide its thermal signature and go camo and shit like that. And when he reveals what they are, it's like it's a bunch of random. I think he says something about some sea creature. I can't remember which one. And the guy's like, "Why the hell did you do that?" And then he's like, "You told me to use anything to blah blah blah." It's just like, yeah, whatever. I don't think there's any human DNA. I don't remember that ever being a discussion.
Jackson Voorhees says the Predator is slowly going Jurassic World 2. Yes, it is 100%.
Yeah.
They'll get there. Arm514 says, "Please don't mention future dinosaurs with lasers. It'll make them just steal the script for Dino Crisis 3. Oh, they're working on it, trust me.
Yeah, they already are.
Steel Manning, "This summer, Pedro Pascal is the stapler." That was Rob Schneider originally, wasn't it? Rob Schneider is a stapler. Or Jurassic Park, or whatever. Fuck you, you'll watch it. Imperial Brick, even just 10 years ago, we had Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard practically fucking on top of a dead dinosaur.
How times change.
Oh, yeah. John Slade, "My cousin knows people at Naughty Dog. He was told that Neil Druckmann is not popular at company parties." Yeah. I don't doubt that. Toxic Gamer, "Hey Mauler, do I have permission to use clips from EFAP episode 222? Birdman tries to use Pillar of Garbage's video to discredit Drinker as a liar." No way. You know the video?
My video was fucking terrible. We covered it. It was it tries to call you a liar for saying the film lies to you about like what information you're working with when you were just categorically correct.
Sounds about right.
He also like completely misunderstands portions of the film, and he described. Remember the part at the end where they blow up the entire building, like the facility. Even he like looked at that and he was like, "Why would you think that they might be injured by this?"
Standing inside a building that blows up. I mean, I have no idea.
I mean, they are injured. When it comes back, they're all over the floor, covered in small. It's a really bad fit. It's actually one of the worst films. It's just that I feel like me and you are the only people who watched it.
Seems like it, yeah. Glitterstorm says, "Drinker, I'd love to see you create mock movie, TV, and video game trailers, kind of like honest trailers, but with your unique style and drunkenness." I mean, I can't take that away from them. They've already cornered the market on that stuff. It'd be unfair.
Truly.
Simon Ho, "On top of the male gaze, dinosaurs are most popular interests among straight white men. Oh, the humanity. Diddy's found not guilty. Bring out the lube. Jesus. A lot to unpack there. Social Morlock. Instead of Snickers, should have had a throwback to Nedry and Butterfingers. Remember Dennis Nedry? Our lives are in your hands and you've got Butterfingers? That would have been a neat little callback, actually. I would give them that. I would smile a little.
Well, they do their callbacks. And I don't know. Sometimes, you remember they have the Barbasol can in Dominion?
Mm-hmm.
I remember being like, ugh, fuck off.
Yeah. What's the next one? Yeah, Jelly Stain. Would you rather have a J.J. Abrams directed Lord of the Rings or a Rachel Zegler led Star Wars film?
Rachel Zegler could be a part of a good film if we have the right director and writer.
It's a stretch, but yeah.
But J.J. Abrams making a good Lord of the Rings, is that even possible?
J.J. Abrams making a good anything, is that possible?
That's a good question.
King of the Wicker People, say what you will about Into Darkness, but at least we got an underwear scene of Alice Eve. I mean, we did, yeah, and damn, she filled it out pretty well. That girl was in shape. Sentinel Rex, do you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese under Naboo? A poodoo with boomer. We know has pounds in the Naboo. I mean, truly not, no. Love
All
it.
right.
Thousand Man says, I recently saw a 35mm scan of the trailer for The Diver with Bruce Dern and Ryan O'Neal. Looks good. Should give it a watch. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Don't know much about it, I'm afraid, but sure. And Ceres says, please watch Jurassic Park by Tom Cardy. This accurately predicts the future of the franchise.
I did watch it. It's very funny. But you wouldn't be able to watch it like on a... I'll just link it to you after the end of this, I guess.
No, I can look it up. It's all right. Keaton Kitsune, System Shock 2 Remastered is out, and it seems like it would be right up the whole panel's alley. Stranded in deep space with an alien horror that assimilates people. I remember System Shock 2. And yeah, be interested to play it again. Eternal Glory. Just to break the illusion for some, the Actors Studio pay $85,000 to buy their actors star on the strip. Really?
That's what I thought, yeah.
So what, you have to just pay and you get your star put there?
That's, as far as I know, any actor that gets it is paying for it.
Fucking hell. James says, Disney Marvel business model is crazy. Make losses on everything, then double down. Seems like it, yeah. Nocturnal Wolf says, hello from Ireland, lads. Have any of you read the Jurassic Park novels? They're actually really terrifying and very different in tone from the films. I got most of the way through the original Jurassic Park, like when I was a kid. Like after I watched the movie, I was like, I got to read the book. And yeah, it's pretty labyrinthine compared to the movie. It's a lot less accessible. But yeah, it's wild how different the characters are as well. Like John Hammond's way more sinister. And Recall says, how is F1 compared to Rush? It's not as serious, I guess. It's not as like, not as somber as that movie was. Yeah, F1's just much more of a straight up sort of action sports drama than Rush was. But yeah, I still enjoyed it, so I'd recommend it. But that right there was the last of them.
The last of us.
The last of us, the last of them, the last of you, and also the end of the live stream. So I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you for your super chats. Sorry it took us so long to get caught up on them, but there we go. We managed to get it done, and we're all raring, ready to go for the next open bar, which is going to be on Thursday.
Yeah.
But thank you for your patience, and that's all we've got for today. So go away now.
Bye.